Hey, welcome back to my channel. Dress to Impress has finally dropped fashion dolls. I'm very excited about this because I love Dress to Impress and I love dolls. I know a lot of people are not excited about this because they think that Dress to Impress is becoming Royale High, which I'm going to talk about in a few moments. But Lana! So if you guys are unaware with Dress to Impress, it is a Roblox game and it's basically a fashion game where you dress up and then at the end you rank each other and see who wins. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's very popular and it was a very big game last summer. It is still pretty big, but I was able to find Lana at Target today. She was kind of just thrown in with the Disney doll, so it looks like someone had found her and then just put her down, and she was $25. Now originally when this doll leaked, it said she was going to be $34. I'm assuming that was just that website and it's not just going to be the retail price everywhere, but keep in mind tariffs are a thing right now in the United States, so this might go up. The doll's fully posable and she does come with a DLC code, which is why the Dress to Impress community is kind of up in arms right now. Earlier this year they released mini dolls that are $12 and they come with a face makeup little code. Now personally I don't think those are worth it. I only wanted Lana and Lena, and ironically I pulled those two first, so I didn't have to buy any more. But I do think that the codes for that were kind of dumb, so I didn't care for it like everyone else. I just wanted my girl Lana and Lena. What can I say? I've seen a lot of discourse online of people saying that this is the downfall of Dress to Impress because they're making merchandise for kids or they're turning into Royale High, which is nothing of the sort. So Royale High really did become money hungry. They only started making it the currency in Robux instead of the actual in-game earnable currency for their sets. The staff just kind of ignored everyone. They just completely trashed their game by not listening to the feedback. Then they dropped the doll line with Jazzwares and all that kind of stuff, and those dolls came with codes and everyone was mad about that because they were full sets, they were really pretty, and the only way to obtain them is through a doll. So basically the Royale High girls were just going through it. The game was just getting more and more money hungry and they were not giving the players what they deserve to use their own diamonds for or proper updates, etc, etc. Now in my opinion, from what I've seen of the Dress to Impress staff myself, is that they actually are very responsive to everyone's claims. Like they listen very well to if there's any issues or if there's any things that people want in the game. There's not too many Dress to Impress game passes either. I mean, they just dropped an adjustable feature which they were going to charge Robux for, but because the community was so up in arms about that being a Robux purchase, they made it free, but you had to earn it by playing 30 rounds of Dress to Impress, and people complained about that as well. So it's like, no matter what Dress to Impress does for their fandom, the fandom kind of just doesn't appreciate it like other games would. Now for these dolls, I do think that to kind of avoid all that, they should just make the code like stars or cash, one of the two, just so it's not like a DLC kind of item. Because I'm gonna be honest, people are just gonna buy the doll to steal it. I've already seen it happening at Target with the mini dolls. I feel like they should just give you like the cash in the game so that it's like something good still, but you also get the doll if you just want the doll for like your collection or if you just want to do like the game. But anyways, that's my 2 cents on that whole situation. But let's get into the doll and her box and let's see if she's worth $25 coming from a doll person.
So right off the bat, the box is designed to look like it is the runway and you're walking down it. It has some pink curtains on either side, and it also mentioned it has an official digital code included, mentioning the DLC and how the doll is posable. On the other side, there is a picture of Lana and it says Dress to Impress, along with the company that makes this, Fat Mojo. If we flip the box we get to see a full stock photo of Lana, along with two little Polaroids that look like she posted them to her Instagram account, and there is a little blurb which you can pause and read yourself. On the side it says Lana and a full illustration of her, along with the other side doing the same blurbs that are on the box. And if you're currently looking for Lana, here's her barcode. Go ahead and take this to a Target and scan it.
Anyways guys, now that we pretty much looked at the box of Lana, let's get her open and see what she's giving. I'm also going to try to do the DLC code and see what the item is. So let's get her open. And guys, I've gotten Lana out of the box. It was pretty easy. The only thing that was kind of hard to get out was her nail file, but yeah. Anyways, before we look at Lana herself and do some comparisons to other dolls on the market, let's see what she comes with and we'll go from there. So Lana comes with a holographic card of herself, and the back of it just says Dress to Impress Lana. Not gonna lie, I kind of thought this is where the code was gonna be, but the code was actually behind this. And it just says Virtual Pride, and then there's just a scratch off just like the mini dolls. I'm gonna show you what this code gives you at the end, so make sure to keep watching. She doesn't come with too much stuff, which is why I feel like if you are going to get any of these Dress to Impress dolls, I would get any of the other ones coming out and then Lana only if you really want her or on a sale. I wanted Lana just because she was going to be my first one and I found her, so I was like, oh my god, perfect. But I am really looking forward to the other dolls. They seem to have a lot more going on with them compared to Lana. She is basic. She was originally just an NPC in the game, but then they gave her a bunch of lore, which let me know in the comments what you think about the lore. I kind of find it funny, but I also love the lore. My favorite quest that we ever did for Lana was the Halloween one. They did a really good job with that one. But anyways, guys, let's look at Lana up close and personal, and then we can compare it to other dolls. So I think what a lot of us doll people were kind of worried about with the Dress to Impress dolls is if they were going to have really square heads like the Roblox characters usually do. And the Royal High ones had really square heads. Theirs is kind of square, but it isn't too bad. It does have some kind of definition to it. And the top is rounded. It isn't like square at all. But she does have a really beautiful face. So good to see a doll line having a great mug again. So far it was only Bratz and sometimes Monster High. So right off the bat, Lana does have nylon hair. She doesn't have much hair. And if you guys are new to dolls, sometimes doll companies, when they do these kind of bun hairstyles, they don't root the entire head so that it isn't as bulky when you do the bun. So they did the same thing for Lana right here. I'm not sure how the rooting is going to be on the other dolls. Now for $25 to have a doll that's not fully rooted is kind of sad. So that's why I do recommend right off the bat waiting to get Lana on a sale. But her hair is an auburn color with some darker brown streaks. It has a little middle part with the bangs pulled to the back on each side. Then she just has a twisted bun compared to her messy bun, which makes sense. It's going to be kind of hard to do a messy kind of bun in a doll form, but this is how it looks from the back. One of my friends said that she kind of looks like Gypsy Rose, and honestly, I can't unsee it. Moving on to Lana's face, she does have some dark eyebrows that are pencil thin. She has brown eyes and a smoky eyeshadow look with a bunch of lashes, and it's just really pretty. She has some blush on her cheek. I do think that they could kind of defuse that blush just a bit because it kind of looks like she just kind of got punched. Could also just be my doll at the end of the day. She does have a nose, which I honestly did not know if they were going to give her or not. And she also does have ears. Now there was this leaked picture that came out a few days ago that shows this Lana doll, but she comes with her Quest outfit. I'm not sure when that one is personally coming out. I do think that that Quest outfit should have come with this Lana doll just because it would have made her feel a little more worth the price. Now if you're like me, I reroute my dolls sometimes. I am planning on doing some Dress to Impress reroutes when they become readily available. The doll does have a harder plastic head, kind of similar to an MGA doll. But let me know what you think about her face in the comment section below. I honestly am really excited to see people get these in the doll community and kind of start customizing them. But yeah, I think her face is actually really pretty. I think mine is a little wonky, but if you go into the store, you can actually pick out a good face. When it comes to pixelation, it isn't bad like Barbie, but it is kind of there in the lip. But the eyes do seem to be perfectly fine, which is good. Once again, most people who are not doll people are like, what does that even mean? If we move on to Lana's outfit, she is wearing her iconic white turtleneck, and it is a really soft knitted material. As you can see, it is pretty basic, like I mentioned, because she was originally just an NPC character. I do feel like they maybe could have also just made Alina and Lana a 2-pack just to make it worth it, because both of those dolls pretty much have really basic outfits. So I feel like if you would have put them together in a box, it would have felt a little more worth it than her being a standalone doll. But let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below. And in the back, it does just Velcro. Now, I'm not sure if Fat Mojo has done dolls in the past before. This is my first time dealing with one of their dolls, but it does feel like they're using pretty decent materials on their doll clothes. Then if we move on to the skirt, it is a thin piece of pleather. It is a little longer than her actual look in the game, but it's just a plain white pleather skirt that also just has a little bit of Velcro in the back. Now, I kind of do wish it was the shiny pleather just because that would look kind of cuter, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on that down below. I am very curious at the end to see what clothes fits on Lana here. Then she's also just wearing some basic white heels, and they are kind of a shiny plastic. They are rubber banded on so that they don't fall off the doll. Heels usually fall off pretty easily like this, but that is pretty much Lana. She is a very simple doll. So let's look at her articulation because she is fully articulated. So Lana can move at her head pretty well. She has shoulder articulation. She can bend at her elbow, her wrist. She does have a chest joint as well. It's more of just kind of a swivel and it doesn't go too up and down. She does have motion in her hip and her knees, so she can sit at her nail station. Also, yes, the hands do come off. Since this is a new doll line, and I usually do like to show this to people who are curious if they want to maybe start making patterns for their dolls, what to expect for the body proportions, I am going to strip Miss Lana here to show you what her body looks like. So here is Lana in the buff. Honestly, Lana has a lot of realism to her sculpting. She even has some abs, which I've never really seen done on a doll. Even the back of her is sculpted, which I've never seen done also on a doll. And honestly, the feet are kind of giving the Monster High G1 art style a little more than the actual G1 dolls. Okay guys, so I've assembled 3 other doll lines that are currently out that looked like they may or may not fit Lana. So we have G3 Monster High, we're using Frankie. We have a Barbie doll, this is a Video Girl doll, and we have Skylar over there. As you can see, there are different proportions here, but it does seem seem like the proportions of the Barbie are going to be the best bet for Lana clothing wise, and Rainbow High might actually work as well. I don't think G1 or G3 of Monster High will fit, but we're gonna try on clothes regardless. But as you can see, the Barbie is probably going to be standing a little bit taller than Lana, and Lana is taller than the Rainbow High doll and the Monster High doll. So the Barbie doll outfit actually fit like a glove. There was no struggle to get it on, and this is from the 2000s kind of era, so the newer stuff will definitely fit if that fits her, but it is the same length on the Barbie doll, so Barbie clothes are safe to put on Miss Lana right here. Okay guys, so here's Lana in the Rainbow High outfit. The skirt is definitely a little bit loose, but the top is really snug fitting. Of course, we could try other Rainbow High outfits on, but it does seem that they will work perfectly fine on the Dress to Impress dolls. So, yeah, that's a no-go. They have really long torsos is what I've noticed. So G3 clothes are out of the picture. Maybe skirts will work, so 1 second. Okay, yeah, so the skirt does work from Skulltimate Secrets 6 Frankie. It is a little short. So for G3, it might be hit or miss with most of the items, so kind of just play around if you are going to try things on. So the G3 boot from Skulltimate Secrets Frankie did not fit the doll's foot at all. I think it's because it's very stylized, so the Dress to Impress shoes might be the only ones that fit. Last but not least, I put on a Rainbow High shoe and a Monster High G1 shoe, and they both are suffocating in one way or another. So I think it is safe to say that the doll shoes I've shown you do not fit these dolls at all. So the ones that they are going to be coming with are going to be your best bet. Okay guys, I've loaded up the code into Roblox, and yes, I don't have a computer recorder, whatever. This is my code. Let's see what we get. Okay, oh, so we actually got an item with it this time instead of makeup. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so it seems like it was just that headpiece, so let's go try it on.
So it's kind of given like Greek mythology, so it might fit with the Halloween rewards that came out last year. I'm wondering if the other dolls in the collection will kind of complete this fit, but we'll only find out in time. But definitely let me know your thoughts on them in the comments below.
Anyways guys, that ends up my review and overlook of the Dress to Impress Lana doll. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I don't think she is worth $25 just because of how basic she is, but I definitely think the other ones will be worth it because they are a little more put together and have a lot more going on than Lana here. I do think it would have been really smart of them to put her and Lena together, maybe make it like a store exclusive set, just so that those two kind of basic designs could be put together and it would be kind of more of a value pack than a standalone doll in series 1. I do like how the hair is nylon. I do not like how she is bald underneath that to make the bun, but I understand why it is that way. So if you're like me and you love the hair on dolls, this doll might not be a doll to grab. I do wish that the dolls came with a stand. I do wish she came with the quest outfit. I'm not sure when that is going to be included. Maybe it's a playset doll. As for the clothing quality itself, it is pretty decent for the doll. It is up to par with like some deluxe Barbies and Monster High. But once again, it is very basic, so $25 is a bit much. So just wait for a sale for this girly right here, and you should be good to go. I do like how the doll is fully articulated, and I do like how the dolls have really good face screenings. As for the code, I do think it should just be cash for the game, so it's nothing too sought after. But anyways guys, let me know your thoughts on Lana down below and the other Dress to Impress dolls. I will show you them on my channel once they come out, and of course you can look at my community tab. I'll post some clearer pictures when we get those as well. So far we only have a commercial, and I'll link it in the description below if you want to see what those dolls are going to look like. But anyways guys, if this is your first time watching my channel, hi, my name's Jay and I do doll stuff. Duh. And I'd love you to join the cornflake and join our cornfield because we're iconic. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It lets me know you love my content. And also make sure to answer the question of the video in the description and add your own comment. Join into the conversation. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at ZombieXCorn. I keep it easy, breezy, beautiful, cut of a girl. Anyways guys, I will see you in my next video. But until then, bye.